I was thinking as I was sitting there, was one of those songs that just like the heartbeat of this earth was happening through I closed my eyes and just allowed myself to just, wow. Anyway, thank you guys. Yeah. Take me to that place where blind men see. I realized as I heard those lyrics, I said, that's the only place to truly see. Because I don't know about you, but many times in my life, my eyes were wide open and I was very blind. Not anymore. No. So I woke up this morning and I said, first of all, I didn't sleep well last night. I've been having what's the 3 o'clock in the morning thing, you know? Yeah. It's getting a little boring. No, I don't mind getting up at 3, but this morning I thought to myself, what would be how would the best version of Patrick approach this new day? Not how I would be better than or anything, but how do I decide to approach this day from my highest version of Patrick? And it was interesting. I have been talking a lot about quantum, and I remember watching Quantum Leap, the TV series, many years ago. And it's about going somewhere else. And I do that, but it's really just switching your state of consciousness. That's why we all can do it. And to allow yourself to go into this state of what we truly are and how we want to live, and how I want to breathe, and how I want to meet my fellow wonderful travelers on the path. And it was interesting because I know that in order to have a true quantum leap, it takes major change. And I know all of you for the most part. And even if I don't, we still know one another because we're always entangled, and that we have all gone through major changes. And so I had heard this story, and I'm going to kind of tie it in with the idea of the lost wallet. What I love about Rita and I is that anything that happens in our life, we'll find a story, we'll find a way to incorporate it in the talk. So I was listening to this gentleman named Price Pritchett, and I just stumbled upon him, and he was talking about that story about the fly, that there's the window, and the fly keeps hitting the window to get out. Boom, bump. And then it started, I saw it actually happening in my world, and the fly keeps hitting the window because it's going, I got to get out of here, I got to get out of here. And bump, 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 because he sees or whatever feels that it's clear out there, but what's in the way? Matter, glass, right? And all the time, bump, bump, there's this door open right over there. And all our little fly friend has to do is just change his perspective for a moment. And flies, you know, they have a very limited time. So that's a lot of pounding to do for not much time you're going to be here. And of course, I think my whole life in metaphors. And I went, wow. Boom, boom, boom. Ever been there? Oh my God, I know this is, yes, I'm sure, I'll stand by it, I believe it. And you're like, oh my God. And then the whole time everyone's going, there's a door over here. No, boom. You know, because we sometimes, nobody in this room, but we get a little stubborn with what we believe to be true. Then there's the story of the wonderful, so you have to take that perspective, that change, and say, bless you, little fly. But there's a door. I've done it in the car too. There's a fly in there. I'm rolling down all the windows. Boom, boom. I'm going, the windows are open. You could be free. I learned from that little fly. But yesterday I had one of the greatest biggest New Year experiences thus far. So, I lost my wallet, or I thought I did, because I had my running clothes on, and sometimes they're like this and they fall out or do whatever. So I get out, I go to Long's to get the paper that has Rita Andriello's Friday Night Affair, and her book is in there, and so we went to go get some copies. So I get out, and when we come over here, I went, oh my God, I don't have my wallet. I don't have my wallet. I said, I'll be right back. I'm going back over to Long's, because that was at 7 in the morning. It could just be sitting there, and nobody's there yet. Run back. And I go, all of a sudden, I start treating in the car, and if you don't know what treating is, it's spiritual mind treatment. I just started, and I got halfway through it, and my body and my entire being went into this place that I have never really fully been, except maybe in meditation, of course. And I just went, I wanted to react. I wanted to do what Patrick would do any other time when he would lose his wallet. Oh my God, what are we going to do? And I don't have my money, and get all, and because that's doing something. If I do and I stress and I worry, we'll find that wallet. And I couldn't do it. It was like a force field was stopping me from reacting that way. And I normally would have said, I can't go running because if I'm running, then I'll be worried about it the whole time. So now we got to go back home. None of that happened. But I wanted it to happen because it was a habit. And I was like, dude, you're not acting like you're supposed to. What's all this calmness about? And I just went, okay, it can be either 3 places, Long's, the center, or at home. I never took it. Let's go exercise, let's go run, let's go. And even Rita, who knows me quite well after 25 years, realized that I had no reaction in that world, and I loved it. I was bathing in that like I had never bathed in anything. I went, oh my gosh, wow. It almost felt like a vibrational massage. And I was like, so then I go home, and then I hear trust, trust, trust. It's there, you know it's there. I go in, but it's not there. So then I'm wanting to go, oh, I am, oh. And then it went, and my body, and I was in the car, we barely were saying anything. I felt like there was this force field happening. And I thought, well, what is this telling me? So, you know the rest of it, because then I said, okay, we're done, I'm gonna cancel everything. And this wonderful guided intuition says to me gently again, my friend, check the car again. It's not in the car. More disappointment, let me go back to the car. So I go back to the car, go through everything, and then I'm just about to close the door. And there you are. And I still wasn't going, yeah! I just went, oh my gosh, wow, you're home. And then the story continues because our beautiful Anna Strom, who's probably watching right now, she twice a month cleans our bathrooms and they did the other day, and I saw her and I was telling her briefly about the story, and I said, I was so calm, and she said, that's because you were always in possession of it. The knowledge, the wisdom you can find in a bathroom is beyond. I just stood there like this. Wow. So one more little story, but another vibrational part. Does that make sense, though, to think you know so much, right? That you pound your head against it, not because we're bad people. We're just determined to know what we think we know, instead of just going, I'm going to try some unknown over here. What's happening over here? So I was listening to the same guy, Pritchett, and he said this. He was all into the 5 C's of negative thinking. Oh, I'll write that down, Mr. Pritchett. He said, complaining, criticizing, concern, better known as worry, commiserating, and catastrophizing. And I've done all 5, and I've done them well. Thank you very much. But all of a sudden, I felt something. I felt my vibrational frequency going down as he was talking. I was telling my friends this at the cleanup the other day at the beginning of it, and he was going, now the complaining, the criticizing, the concern, I was like, wow, 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 wow. And so I decided, I said, you know what? I'm going to make up my own C's. I'm just going to channel my C's that are going to raise my vibration to a point that I can actually work with. It doesn't mean I don't look at complaining, but I look at it enough. How many times do we look at what we're not doing right so much that it's exhausting? Right? So this is what I found, and my little energy started going. The first one that came was curiosity. I went, yeah. Man, if you lived the whole day curious about everything, like I was curious where Maureen got this beautiful clothes that you wear, this coat, whatever we want to call it. I was curious. And then I went, what's another? Clarity. Oh, nothing better than being clear, man. Nothing. Commitment. Of course there has to be commitment. And these C's are just like, it's like a vitamin C drink, man. They're all coming at me. Confident. Confident, by the way, is my favorite word in the world. Because there's something about when you're confident, you're not trying to prove a damn thing. You just know what you know. Consciousness, another C word. Creative. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting all about the complaining and the criticizing and the catastrophizing, because right now I'm centered in being centered. C word. Again, consistency. Oh, we want to be consistent. There's nothing worse than the roller coaster of life. Oh, I'm enlightened. No, I'm not. I'm enlightened. No, I'm not. I'm enlightened. No, I'm not. Oh my God. Then I went over to my favorite too, comical. You can't survive without humor, baby. You cannot survive without it. And then there was communication. Now this all just came, all because this man started talking about complaining, catastrophizing, and I'm not saying anything was wrong with it, but I turned it off and said, no, I got to focus on how I want to feel. I got to focus on the frequency of the divine that's running through me right here and right now. And I think it's very funny, it's comical to live from this incredible place of curiosity. So I've learned many lessons today. I hope you took a few nuggets with you, because I can talk about all the times I'm complaining and doing all of that. But I think we deserve more than that. I think we deserve to be in a frequency, not because I'm going to be better than you, but here's the other thing too about healing. When I'm in that frequency, we don't need to say a word. I just need to stand there, be with you, and watch that healing happen. That's what Jesus, you remember Master Jesus? He stood in front of people and he saw you for who you were and who you are. He didn't sit there and work so hard. I remember thinking to myself, I always say they change things sometimes in things like Bibles and stuff like that. They can change a few of the information about it. But I always wondered why they left in the kingdom of heaven is within. I always wonder why they left in what I can do, you can do, and more. I'm thinking, if you're trying to program a species, why are you telling them how powerful they are? And they're all cocky and saying, because they ain't going to do it anyway. What? 2,000 years? And I went, oh no, I'm with Rita. The time has come that when you say that I can do what I do and more, you can do more, I'm taking you up on it. Kingdom of heaven is within, I'm taking you up on it. I'm counting on it. I'm going to find a lot more than a wallet. I trust me on that one. And if that wallet hadn't shown up, it'd be a pain in the butt, but hey. So I'll leave you with this because I see these wonderful, wonderful beings of light coming. Look at how what a flow. You're flowing, guys. I'm not pointing you out or anything. They're there. They're going in the magic door that's covered by the beautiful, beautiful mural. I got this on Christmas Eve when Rita was talking about the Master Jesus, and I realized something was telling me to change my whole approach from the inner child work I do. Not the content, but just the vibration around it, the name perhaps, just like I'm changing the cover on my book perhaps, because it's too alarming for many people. Oh, it looks very sad. And I go, it is, but it's also very inspiring. But hey, you know, they say sometimes you change a title, change a cover, and it changes everything. So Rita was talking about this birth of Jesus and this birth of, you know, the Immaculate Conception and this whole like vibrational thing called the Christ consciousness. And I came up with this one. And it'll probably be on my book of my wonderful inner child. I am a quantum love child, birthed from our pure cosmic consciousness. I am a quantum love child. What's that? Yeah. You know, a lot of people do. You know why? Because it takes them all the way from this like rigidity that they're thinking is going to happen. I am a quantum love child, birthed from our cosmic consciousness, pure cosmic consciousness. And that's when we're going from woo-woo to wow-wow. That is a game changer. Correct? If I am this thing called the quantum love child that has I am that word, God. I am pure consciousness. Woo! Makes your toes tingle. Well, just saying, it does. So what I'd like to end with today is this. It is a new year. And I'm looking out at not the I am a quantum love child. I'm looking out at this energy, this individualized energy that is only unique to you. And it's beautiful, Candy Bar. It's beautiful. And this is all individual. And then we come together like this and vibrate as one. There is nothing that can stop us from remembering and being Source Light. I love you. Happy New Year.